Welcome back, Halo followers. Today I want to talk about, will Season 2 save Halo Infinite? Now, full disclosure, I'm a little bit hyped for Season 2. I'm going to explain why later, but I'm also going to explain why maybe you should be a little bit excited too. Even though that Season 2 is lacking content, I want to talk about, will it save Halo Infinite? What might it do to the fan base, at least in the coming week or two, and throughout the year, actually. Season 2 has been extended another 3 months, and I'm going to break down exactly what that might mean for the population and fan base, because Season 3 is not coming until November 8th. That is a long time from now, but I want to break down some of the news that we already know, as well as why I am hyped for Season 2. Guys, be sure to smash that like button blue before we get started. Now, this was first leaked a week and a half ago, but the official blog confirms that there are actually many game variants coming to Halo Infinite, which I'm actually really looking forward to. Alright, the first one is Rumble Pit. It's an 8-player free-for-all playlist. Also, there's going to be rotation playlists like Social Skirmish, Social Slayer, Team Snipers, Team Doubles. There's also going to be something called Ninja Slayer, where we've got infinite ammo of energy swords and grapple shot loadouts. And there's something called Vampire Ball, which does look interesting. It's like a game variant of Oddball. And then there's Rocket Repulsors. Not to mention the 3 game modes that are coming: King of the Hill, Land Grab, and Last Spartan Standing. Now, I know this is hardly a replacement for all the modes that we are still waiting on and hoping to have in Halo Infinite. However, it is a really good start. I think the problem with Halo Infinite right now is that there are barely any modes to play, and thus very, very little gameplay experience. You know, there's just a lot of repetitive moments, a lot of repetitive gameplay. So the fact is that this is a really good step in the right direction. I think y'all should definitely jump on and try Season 2. And I know some people that just do not want to play Season 2 at all, but I'm just saying, right now, this is a good time to jump back into the game and see, again, what it has to offer. And likely, you might get bored after a week or two, maybe even less than that, but it is definitely something I think you should jump on. We are getting the 2 new maps, Breaker and Catalyst, which are very welcome because the roster of maps is very low, although not terribly low compared to other Halo games at this point. Most Halo games at this point, I think all of them actually, have already had 3 maps of DLC or more. So right now it's a little bit awkward because Halo Infinite is not having that many maps, but ultimately, I think if you want to enjoy Season 2, you gotta play with friends, alright? I'm saying this quite a bit lately. You gotta play Halo with your friends. That is where the fun comes in, alright? Find a group, find some friends, jump into a game. That's really how you're gonna have fun a lot of the time with. So 343 Industries recently posted this live stream where they went into detail about Halo and its current status and the state of Halo in Season 2 and Season 3 and so on. And I gotta say, there are a couple cinematics coming, there are a couple events coming to Season 2, and they got some really cool armors, alright? A lot more armors, a battle pass with a free core, and so on. But what really caught my attention here was that they are talking about Co-op Forge network coming sooner than later, right? It is so far working pretty well, it is functional, and we're actually seeing a lot of clips of people playing co-op online right now, so that is really exciting. They also talk about how Forge is going to be releasing probably in September. That's the target on the roadmap. And they said that when that Forge open beta becomes live, it is going to be a permanent part of the game until it's officially released, I guess, so to speak. So you will never lose access to the beta once it is out. And another huge thing to keep in mind is that your maps and modes will not break. All right, that's what they're claiming. Maybe that could change, but that's what they said in the live stream. Your maps will not break, all right? Your work will not go to waste in the beta because it is going to work in the, quote, finished version. I think the thing that Halo needs really bad right now is Forge. 343 even said this themselves, is that Forge is going to be a way for the community to help out with the content. There is going to be all kinds of experiences, fun modes, multiplayer maps, you know, entirely new ideas about what Halo could be and should be with the new scripting engine. I mean, there are so many Forge leaks out here that it just reveals so much that 343 has really evolved Forge, right, off Halo 5, and it is going to be very, very awesome. So, honestly, as a Halo fan, as someone that wants to get more into Halo Infinite right now, it's really hard for me to be convinced that Season 2 is going to bring in a lot of players for a long time until September. September is going to be, and even then, it's going to take some time for those maps and modes to become popular, get traction, start bringing in people, and etc. So will Season 2 save Halo Infinite? Well, ultimately, I think that it's going to do a lot for the game, especially in May. It's going to bring that player count back up. Since we don't have the charts for Xbox, we can only go off the Steam charts, which is the people playing on Steam right now, and lately the numbers have just gotten really, really low, even MCC beating them, these numbers. And so we only have, like, I don't know, 6,000, 9,000 people playing at any time of the day. So we want to see these numbers back up to 30, 40, 60,000 players. But I really can't see that happening with the amount of Season 2 content. I think ultimately the big issue with Halo Infinite right now is the lack of content. It's not so much the store, it's not so much the progression system or all these other things, but it's just the very core thing that really matters most about us being Halo fans and playing every day, which is playing new modes, new maps, new content and stuff. And I really hope, I really hope that there is some kind of infection mode here soon, because some people have been theorizing that this is actually going to be infection. How the Spartan's AI chip was corrupted is actually going to lead to the infection events, and that might be kind of like a lore explanation as to why Spartans are running around with energy swords attacking each other, because their helmets or suits or chips or whatever have been compromised by, I don't know, the Banished or something. So that might be an explanation for infection. If infection or other modes randomly drop during Halo Infinite Season 2, I think that's going to be a real nice, very welcome surprise. And Season 2, I mean, that is a long time. That is the one thing that it really does not have going for it, is that 6-month timeline, right? And that is really going to be hurting the game. And I want to see that reduced. I want to see Season 3 come way sooner. But that Forge mode, I think, is very important. That network co-op that they're talking about that is coming soon in Season 2 is super important. So if they could get those things out of the door, then I think Halo's going to have a really good chance to make that comeback. And I know it actually, if as long as 343 continues to work at it, Halo Infinite is going to have a comeback. It's not really a question if, it's just a question of when. I don't know if that's going to really be happening this year. I think that's kind of unrealistic, but if we're looking at the middle of next year, I think by that time this game is going to be kind of caught up. It's going to have some extra content, and especially with Forge, there's going to be a lot of modes, a lot of maps, a lot of content, and then we can really consider this game having a good, big comeback. If you look at games like No Man's Sky, no one would ever imagine that game had a comeback. Well, it had a comeback because it kept adding free content to the game. And so regardless, I think that if 343 continues to pick up the pace, keep working on more content, and make more maps, more modes, and maybe have 3 to 4 month seasons, that's going to be a really good start. And eventually Halo Infinite is going to be free to play as it is right now, but it's going to be more than a free to play game that's arcadic. It's going to be a game that is full of a lot of content, and it's going to really bring in people. So I'm really excited for the future of Halo Infinite. Although I don't know if we should really be super excited this year. But you guys let me know your own thoughts down in the comment section below. Really do want to hear it. And I'll catch you in the next one soon, alright? You take care. Peace.